and again so that you will become perfect. Okay? Yeah. So in today's class, we would be covering quadratic functions. Everyone just keep heading as quadratic functions. Your complete focus for the next 1 hour should be on the whiteboard and on my voice. If you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and ask me, but please do focus. You get around 3 to 4 questions based on quadratic functions in SAT. So I'm going to cover all the models that are going to come as part of the exam and all the concepts that you as a student require. It's a bit difficult topic because it is more and more of math. If any non-math student is there in the class, they might struggle bit, not much. So if you have any problem, you watch this session again and again, or you can get back to me after the class. I'll solve your doubts. Even Sandesh, please wait after the class. And even one more student, I forgot the name, he sent me the doubts. Please do wait after the class. I'll solve all your doubts. Yeah. So we have two types of figures. I can draw a function like u and inverted u. This is also a quadratic function. This is also a quadratic function. Line is a linear function. But what is the only difference between this and this? This is u and inverted u. Like we all have names. My name is Venkat. You have your own name. So quadratic function also has a name. So the standard form of the quadratic function is the name looks something like this: ax square plus bx plus c. So if anywhere in this world, anytime you see from now on something like x square plus 5x plus c, or minus x square plus 10x plus 25, or plus 9, whatever it is, or 91. So if you see anything of this form, immediately should strike into your mind, yes, I am dealing something with the quadratic, means a shape something like u. Whenever you try to draw this graph, you get this. Okay. So now what exactly SAT wants in quadratic functions? What are the concepts they require from you? So let us discuss those. So I told you, right, there are two types of quadratic functions, either like this or like this. I can write x square plus 10x plus 21. I wrote something on the whiteboard. Now see the coefficient of x square. If the what is the coefficient of x square here? It is 1, because nothing means it is 1, means positive 1 plus 1. So if the coefficient of x square is positive, every point that I speak in the class is important and you should have in your brain. So if the coefficient of x square is positive, definitely the parabola is open upwards. Suppose I might also have like minus 3x square plus 25x plus 5. Something random I'm writing on the board. Now see the coefficient of x square. So coefficient of x square is minus 3. You try to draw this graph, definitely you get a shape something similar to this, inverted u. One is upward u, other is inverted u. When do I get upward u or upward parabola? We also call it as parabola. So when do I get upward parabola? If the coefficient of x square is positive, I get upward parabola. If the coefficient of x square is negative, we get an inverted parabola or a downward parabola. Very good. Now let me take upward parabola and let me speak few things about upward parabola. I have drawn a parabola. This is y-axis. Everyone in the class is aware. So this is y-axis and this is my x-axis. So this is a parabola. So assume its equation is x square plus 6x plus 5. Assume. Now you need to understand the characteristics of this parabola. When I say the characteristics, what exactly you can find, what all you can find. So these points are said to be the x intercepts. So I can find x intercepts of the parabola, x intercepts. This point is said to be the y-intercept, so I can definitely happily find y-intercept of the parabola. What is this point? If you try to observe, this is the y value, means the parabola cannot go below than this point. This is the minimum value. Suppose if this is assumed, I'll tell you the exact value, -5, -1, minus 3. When I put minus 3, 9 minus 18 plus 5, 14, minus 4. So this value would be minus 4. You try to draw this parabola in your graphic calculator or in your Google or somewhere, you see that this graph cannot go below minus 4. So the point where means this is the minimum value. It can be either minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 5, 25, 100, 10,000, but the graph cannot go below minus 4. So the point where the minimum occurs is said to be the vertex. The point where the minimum occurs is said to be the vertex. So whenever I have drawn a parabola, I can find its y-intercept. I can find its x-intercept. Sorry, I can find these x-intercepts. I can also find the vertex. Vertex means the point where the minimum occurs if the parabola is upward u. If the parabola is inverted u, let me draw inverted u here. Suppose assume this is something like this. So this is my vertex because the parabola cannot go above this. So the minimum or the maximum point is said to be the vertex. So the terminologies are important. You should have clarity on the terminologies. The moment you know the base, you give me any question in SAT, I'll solve in 5 to 10 seconds is my confidence because I'm very clear my base is strong. So get your base strong. Questions in SAT are very, very, very simple. Happily you'll be able to solve them. So now whether I draw upward parabola or inverted parabola, I can find the vertex. You can see here, I can find my x-intercepts. I can find the y-intercepts. Okay. So whenever I have a parabola, what all I can find? Vertex, x-intercept and y-intercept. Now let us see how to find them. There is many concepts you need to know as part of quadratic functions. I'll go step by step. Please do have your own notes so that you can have always this video at any point of time. But just looking into the video might not help. So just write the important points that you think. As of now, we did nothing. We learned the name of the parabola means x square plus 6x plus 5. Or I can also write like standard form, like standard form means ax square plus bx plus c. A, B, C can be anything, right? So this is called standard form. So we can have an upward parabola or inverted parabola. Whatever the parabola we have, we learned 4 or 5 things. The name of the parabola is the standard form, which is ax square plus bx plus c. If a is positive, means if the coefficient of x square is positive, I get an upward parabola. If coefficient of a is negative, I get a downward parabola. So there are 2 types of parabolas, either upward or downward. So if a is positive, you get an upward parabola. If a is negative, you get a downward parabola. So whatever the parabola it is, it will have y-intercept, x-intercepts, and vertex. So now we'll go in detail. What is y-intercept? What is x-intercept? What is vertex? How do you find them? So let me take the standard form example. I took an example. I took x square plus 6x plus 5. I can take anything. I took an x square plus 6x plus 5. It looks simple. That is the only reason I took this. Okay. So what is the meaning of vertex? Student, someone is asking me what is the meaning of vertex. Vertex means simple. Whenever you draw something like u or inverted u, these points are called vertex. That's it. So if it is, this means this is called minimum because this is the bottom point. If the parabola is like this is called maximum because this is the highest point. So the points where the minimum or the maximum occurs is said to be vertex. Now we'll learn the math, how to find the vertex, how to find x-intercept and y-intercept. So far, we have done simple concept, name of the parabola, that is ax square plus bx plus c. Next is if a is greater than 0, upward, means if coefficient of x square is positive, upward. If the coefficient of x square is negative, downward parabola. We also learned parabola will have vertex, x-intercepts and y-intercepts. Now, let me take an example. I took an example. And I try to draw this graph, or I try to find y-intercept of this graph, or I try to find x-intercept of this graph, or I try to find vertex of this graph. Let us see how to find those, what exactly those meant. So definitely this example here, not minus sign here. So since the coefficient of x square is 1 or positive, whenever you try to draw this parabola, it is a U shape. Now, what is the y-intercept? What is the meaning of y-intercept? The meaning of y-intercept is, let me go to the new page, x square plus 6x plus 5. I'll try to find y-intercept, x-intercept, and vertex for this graph. So what is the meaning of y-intercept? Y-intercept means the point where the graph touches y-axis, as simple as, right? We have a property on y-axis. What is the property on y-axis? Every x coordinate is 0. This is 0, 0, this is 0, 1, this is 0, 2. So the x coordinate is definitely 0. So if I need to find y-intercept, wherever in this world you need to find y-intercept, a simple logic. What is the logic? You just need to plug in the value of x as 0. So try to plug in x is equal to 0. So 0 square plus 6 into 0 plus 5. So 0 square is 0, 6 into 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0. So answer is 5. So 0, 5. So what is the y-intercept of this graph? 5. How do I find y-intercept? Simple. Wherever I need to find y-intercept in this world, what should I do? I just need to plug in x is equal to 0 because on y-axis, the value of x is 0. As simple as that. Got it? Perfect. Now, let us see how to find x-intercepts. So there are many ways to find x-intercepts. For this graph, x square plus 6x plus 5, if I need to find x-intercepts, I can do in 2 to 3 ways. Generally, we call this is equal to f of x or y, both meant the same. Generally, we write like this. We can write f of x or y, both are same. So x-intercept means the point where y equal to 0. So equate y or f of x, both are same. So I need to plug in the value of y as 0. Now I need to solve this. So how many ways I can solve this? I can solve this in 3 to 4 ways. A, B, C, D. What is one way of solving? Splitting middle terms. Splitting the middle term. What is the other way of solving? Quadratic formula. What is the other way of solving? You can use differentiation. You can use perfect square method, which are not required. So these two are very simple, which you can easily use to find the x-intercepts. So now splitting the middle term. So everyone, most of you have learned in your 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grades based on the course that you have taken, curriculum you have taken. So I need to split the middle term into 2 parts. If I add, I should get 6. If I multiply, I should get 1 into 5. Correct, right? So 1, 5. So I'll split 6 as 1x plus 5x because 1x plus 5x is 6x and 1 into 5 is 5. So both the conditions are met. So I can take x common from these two, which is x plus 1. I can take 5 common from these. Again, this is x plus 1. I can take x plus 1 common from these two terms. If I take x plus 1 common, I'm left with x plus 5 equated to 0. So x plus 1 into x plus 5 equal to 0 means what is the meaning? X plus 1 can be 0 or x plus 5 can be 0. So x plus 1 is 0 means x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to minus 5. One of the best and easiest way to find x-intercepts is using the splitting of middle term method. So I split the middle term here. The moment I split the middle term, I got the values of x. The values of x that I got here are minus 1 and minus 5. So this is minus 1 because close to 0, this is minus 5. So now I get the shape of the parabola because it is passing through 0, 5, y-intercept, and the x-intercepts are minus 5, 0 and minus 1, 0. So it should be open upwards. So definitely it should be like this. The graph should be something like this. Now suppose, sir, I don't want to use this. I don't want to use my brain. I don't want to irritate my brain. Please give me a formula. So if the quadratic formula is A quadratic function is ax square plus bx plus c. The formula is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So this is the quadratic formula. If the quadratic function is ax square plus bx plus c, the quadratic formula is this is the formula. So minus 6, easy. If you don't want to irritate your brain, you just want a formula. What is the advantage of formula? Automatic process, right? 36 minus 4 into 1 into 5, which is 20 by 2 minus 6 plus. If I try to split this, I'll get minus 6 plus or minus 4 by 2. So I'll get minus 10 by 2, which is minus 5. I get minus 2 by 2, which is minus 1. So those are my x intercepts. So right now we learned how to find x intercepts and y intercepts. How do you find y intercept? Just plug in x is equal to 0. How do you find x intercepts? You can find using the two methods, easy simple methods. One is splitting the middle term or using the quadratic formula. I hope I'm clear in what I'm explaining. If I'm going fast or if you cannot understand, most welcome. You can just type me one small message, repeat or go slow, whatever you want, you let me know. I'll be happy to do that. So as of now, I learned how to find y-intercept and x-intercept. Now let us see how to find. So now I have a graph x square plus 6x plus 5. When I try to draw this graph, I got minus 5, minus 1. This is 5. So this is the shape that I got here. Change the color. It looks effective. Now I need to find the vertex. What is the next step that I need to find? I need to find the vertex. So there are many ways to find vertex. You need to be very careful. You need to know all the ways. One way is first find the x-intercepts. First find the x-intercepts. I got the x-intercepts as minus 5 and minus 1. Find the midpoint of them. What is the meaning of midpoint? Minus 5 plus minus 1 by 2. So which is minus 6 by 2, which is minus 3. Find the x-intercepts. Find the midpoint. So that is the x coordinate. Vertex will have two coordinates, x and y. So the x coordinate is minus 3. Now try to plug in minus 3 in this because I need to find the y value. Y is equal to this. Y is equal to 9 minus 3 square is 9. 6 into minus 3 is 18 plus 5, which I get answer as minus 4. So minus 3 comma minus 4. That is why I told you I did all this in my brain. So even if you are fast, you can do the calculations in your brain. I'm sure the first and the most important thing that is required to get good score in SAT is calculations. Your mind, you should not depend too much on pen and paper. You should do all these calculations. Minus 5 minus 1, midpoint is minus 3, plugging in 9 minus 18 plus 5 minus 4. So I did all this in one step in 5 seconds and I got the answer. So minus 3 comma minus 4 is my answer. So that is said to be the vertex. So one way of finding vertex is find the x-intercepts, find the midpoint, you get the x value, try to plug in the x value in the given function, you'll get the y value. That is going to give you the vertex of the given quadratic function. This is one way to find. You might ask me what is the other way to find. Similarly, we have learned two ways to find the x-intercept. So similarly, we have two ways to do or two ways to find the vertex of the parabola. So what is the other way to find? So if my function is ax square plus bx plus c, x is equal to minus b by 2a. Formula is always easy. So equal to minus, what is b? 6 by 2. What is a? 1. So minus 6 by 2, which is minus 3. Same thing. Yeah, math is always wonderful. If you follow mathematical rules, you will never make mistakes. So I got x as minus 3. To find y, wherever you need to find y in this world, if there is an equation, you need to plug in that equation. No miracle in that. Just we need to plug in the value of x to find y. So plug in the value of x, y is equal to minus 3 whole square plus 6 into minus 3 plus 5, 9 minus 18 plus 5, which is minus 4. So minus 4, C same minus 4. So we learned again two ways to find vertex. What are the two ways to find vertex? One is using the whatever I'm teaching in the class, I'm teaching only in perspective of SAT. I'm not teaching you quadratic functions at all. I'm teaching only, if you know this, you can crack any question that comes as part of quadratic function in SAT. Okay, so try to remember, try to note down, try to understand each and every point that I'm trying to explain in the class, because I know the concepts that are tested in SAT. If you want to teach the same thing in terms of IIT, it is a completely different topic. You reach delta. There's so many things that we need to learn. No, I'm just teaching you the things that is required. Yeah. Now we learned two ways to find vertex. What are the two ways? Midpoint of the X intercepts, that is this, or we can also use the quadratic form, a formula which says X is equal to minus B by 2A. X is equal to minus B by 2A. Either of these you can use. Perfect. Yeah. Now let me move on to the next points that you are required to know in terms of quadratic function. I'm taking this quadratic function. Don't think 6 and 5 are my lucky numbers. Nothing is my lucky numbers. I'm just writing because it is easy to do calculations. Now, I can also split this and I can write it as x plus 1 into x plus 5. That is what I did before. I can also write this as both are same thing, same Venkat. This is at, might be in office, this is at home, bit more, less formal. I can also write the same thing in another way. I can also write it as x plus 3 whole square minus 4. If you want to simplify this, you get this. If you have patience, you simplify this, again you get this. Yes, you are going to get the same thing. So these are the three different forms. You are the same thing when you are at home, when you are in party, when you are at school. Three different forms. So now what are these forms called as? So this form is called as the standard form. Definitely you'll be able to say me now, what is this form called as? X intercept form. Why? Because X intercepts are minus 1 and minus 5. I just need to equate this to 0. This equation is going to help me to find X intercepts of the given function. So this form is called as X intercept form. What is this form called as? Take that parabola that I gave it to you, and if you see this is 0, 5. I'll write it here neatly. This is my y-axis, this is my x-axis. When I try to draw, I got something like this. This is 0, 5. This is minus 1, 0. This is minus 5, 0. This is minus 3, minus 4. This is what I wrote on the previous page. So I'm just writing whatever I wrote on the previous page. Now I can see this minus 3. Why? Because I can write this as x minus of minus 3 whole square minus. I can see this minus 3 minus 4 here. So this is said to be the vertex form. Why? Because this equation is going to, I'll tell you how to get this equation. Don't worry. I'll teach you how to find this. So this is said to be the vertex form. So total we have three forms. Next concept that you have learned. So far we have learned how to find y-intercept, how to find x-intercept, and how to find the vertex. Now what I'm trying to teach you, what are the different forms. Standard form, X-intercept form. Don't try to by heart, because you try to relate to what I'm speaking here. So you'll enjoy, not you enjoy, you'll never forget. So this gives the vertex. So this is called the vertex form. This is going to give me the X-intercept. So hence it is said to be the X-intercept form. This is the standard form. Okay. Now everyone in the class know how to find X-intercept form, because when I do the splitting, of middle term, I get this X-intercept form. Now let me teach you how to find vertex form from standard form. How to find vertex form from standard form. Okay. Yeah. Listen carefully. There are two ways again. There are many ways. Don't think for everything is saying two ways. So I'm trying to give you two ways so that some students might be comfortable with one method, some might be comfortable with other method. Some of you are comfortable only with formula, some of you are comfortable only with thinking. So you can do either of the way that you want. So that is the reason for everything I say there are two ways. So similarly, there are two ways to find vertex form from standard form. Everyone in the class is aware how to find X intercept form. You just do the splitting of middle terms. The moment you do splitting of the middle term, you finally get this. That should be answer. Now come on here. So you have a function which is called x square plus 6x plus 5. X square plus 6x plus 5. I wrote it in three forms. One is x plus 1 into x plus 5. I also said this is equivalent to, what did I say? X plus 3 whole square minus 4. Now, let me tell you how to get this from this. For this, there are two ways. One way is formula way. What is the formula is? So, if the function is ax square plus bx plus c, which is a standard form, vertex form is generally written as a into x plus p into x plus q. Generally, this is how the vertex form is written. And how the vertex x intercept form is written. How the vertex form is written is a into x minus h whole square plus k. So this is the vertex form. So one way of finding the, if you are getting confused, just leave it. You can again watch this video and you can happily do this. If you are not getting confused, just listen to me. If you are getting confused, don't worry much. Simple. I'm telling you how to get this form from this. One way is you should know this formula. So a into x minus h whole square plus k. Why? So this is called the vertex form. Now a means coefficient of x square, which is 1 here. So 1 comes. H means I just now told you how to find the h. How to find h? Minus b by 2a minus 6 by 2 into 1, which is minus 3. So x minus of minus 3 whole square plus k. K is the y value. Plug in minus 3 in this. 9 minus 18 plus 5, which is minus 4. So my final answer is x plus 3 whole square. This is how you get. We have this form. You need this form. Use the vertex form. This is called vertex form. And you find a, h, and k. Just plug in there. So you can get this form from this. What is another way to do? Other way, this is a formula method. So other method is thinking method. How to solve is, you are required to know two formulas when you are trying to convert standard form. Suppose if your standard form is this, and you are converting this into x minus 3 whole square, x plus 3 whole square minus 4. Suppose you are converting standard form to this method. Okay. Yeah. Now, one method just now I told you, you need to use a into x minus h whole square plus k. The other method that you need to use is, you need to know two formulas. One formula is, I can write a square plus 2ab plus b square. Comment 8 here after 8. A square plus 2ab plus b square can be written as a plus b whole square. A square minus 2ab plus b square can be written as a minus b whole square. A square plus 2ab plus b square can be written as a plus b whole square. Everyone in the class is aware of this formula. I need to know that. So now come back here. Come to this formula. So I have x square plus 6x plus 5. So compare with this. A square is x square plus 2. A is x. So b should be 3 because 2 into x into 3 is 6. Now I need b square. So 3 square. No one will give you anything for free in this world. So since you added 3 square, subtract 3 square and add this 5. So you get this as x plus 3 whole square minus 9 plus 5 is minus 4. That is how they got. Sir, so much confusing. Don't irritate us. Means we just use that formula. A into x minus h whole square plus k, where you just need to find h, which is minus b by 2a, and k. How to find k? You just plug in here, you'll be able to find k. Or you are getting completely confused, you can leave it. Last point, you can use it. It's not that important, but I don't want to take chance in anything. So that is the only reason I'm teaching you everything that you are required to know. Even if you don't know how to convert, it is not a great mistake that you are doing, because if you know how to convert, you might be a bit more advanced. If you don't know how to convert, it is not that you are going to miss any question in SAT. If you know, you can solve question easily. That's it. Now, with the concepts I explained so far, from the last, I think 35 minutes, I've been explaining the concepts that are related to quadratic functions. So we shall solve the questions that you encounter in actual SAT based on quadratic functions. So we'll start now. I'll take some paper. Yeah, this is the paper I have. So this is an actual SAT paper. Generally, you get questions in section 4, but let us be in section 3. Let me solve all the questions that are related to quadratic functions that you got in one paper. Yes, I can see one question here, question number 10. I'm giving you 1 minute to solve. You type your answer in the chat box, solve this and type your answer in the chat box. Start. Please be fast. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Please do type your answer for question number 10 in the chat box. Very good. I received responses from 8 students. Abhinav, Harini, Gururaj, Pawan, Mayuka, Harsha, Swatisri, Lasya, Sandesh, Junaid, Anand, Lahari. Okay, so good. So everyone should, even remaining students should type here. Very good. 70% of the students gave me answer. Even remaining 30% should be active in class, because if I want everyone to get 800 in math. Yeah. So it crosses the y-axis at the point. He's asking what is y-intercept. How do you find y-intercept? Just plug in x is equal to 0, 0 plus 0 plus 12. Just 1 second answer. Answer should be D for Delhi. This is an actual SAT. You'll get similar questions. These are all actual SAT questions. Now I'm going to do actual SAT questions with you now. Let us see how many questions came in this paper based on the quadratic functions. I can actually already see one question. These are circles. Yeah, I can see 13th question. Be careful. If not, definitely you are going to make mistake in this simple question. You know the answer, but SAT will trap you. So try to find answer. Start. Again, I'm going to give you 1 more minute. Question number 13. That is also based on the quadratic functions. Please do start. Good. Who is this? 2 students gave me answer. Abhinav and Guru Raj. Okay. Lahari. Pawan Kumar. Anant. Venela Aditya. Good. Everyone, please do try and post your answer in the chat box. Sandesh. Lasya. Harini. Satvik. Okay. Good. Good number of students. Again, I think around 70 to 80%. Siddharth. Okay. Yeah. Good number of students had given me answer. Just see how to solve this here. Simple actual questions. I'm repeating, right? So these are the actual questions that you are going to get in the exam. So which you should be which you should know. So if I'm the student, see how simply I can solve. I can write it as x square plus 4x plus x plus 4. So x into x plus 4. From these two, I can take x common. From these two, I can take 1 common. So this can be written as x plus 1 into x plus 4. So the x intercepts are -1 and -4. What is the distance between -1 and -4? 3. 3 is it from 4 to 1. What is the distance? 3. So what is the distance from -1 to -4? -1 minus of -4, which is 3. There is 3 units distance from -1 to -4. So everyone in the class should have given me this answer. Who had not given the answer, just realize why are you not giving me answer here. Simple question, right? Yeah, every question that comes as part of the exam, we know the concept. Now what you need to do, you need to solve more and more questions related to that, apply them. Already in section 3 2 questions came. In section 4, let me see how many questions have come based on the quadratic functions. Yeah, I can see a question number 19. Please try to give me your answer for question number 19. Perfect. Perfect. In the equation above, A is a constant. The graph of the equation in the xy plane is a parabola. Which of the following is true about the parabola? Which of the following is true about the parabola? It minimum occurs at -3 comma a. It minimum occurs at 3 comma a. It maximum occurs at -3 comma a. It maximum occurs at 3 comma a. Very good. If you have listened to me carefully, you should be able to solve this here. Okay, good. I think 8, 9 students had given their answer. Okay, okay. So who find it difficult? See how simple is this question. So when I look into this question, what is the first thing that I need to make out? This is an vertex form. This is a parabola. And what is the coefficient of x square? Negative, because minus here. So it is a downward parabola. First point. What is the second point? What is the vertex here? 3. What is the other point of vertex here? A. At vertex, it is a maximum or the minimum? Definitely it is maximum, because it is an inverted parabola. It is a maximum value. So the maximum occurs, and maximum occurs at which point? 3 comma a. So vertex is 3. So what is the vertex form? A into x minus h whole square plus k. A is -1, x minus 3 plus a. Vertex is 3 comma a. So since the vertex is 3 comma a, so the maximum occurs at 3 comma a. So D for Delhi is the answer. Good number of students have typed D. So few have typed other options, few did not give the answer. No problem. You need to make mistakes. You are not God, I am not God. Student who make mistakes and learn from the mistakes and will not repeat the mistakes are the one who is going to get good score in SAT. I have many students who got about 1500, 1550, and 1580. Whenever I speak to them, even yesterday I conducted one session, right, with Daksh. Even he got 1540. What did he say? We need to understand the weak areas in any exam and work on them. So suppose you did something, some of you got C. You need to understand why you got C. Means you don't know you might be misinterpreting the vertex form. No, vertex form is A into x minus h whole square plus k. It should be of that form. then H comma K is the vertex. The moment you know this, you are the king. So answer for 19th question should be happily D for Delhi should be your answer. See how many questions came in one paper. Already 3 questions came. I'm expecting many more. All questions will not be easier. Some questions will be very difficult. But if you have listened to the concept that I explained in the class today, definitely you'll be able to be confident and try to solve them. Next question. Yeah, 28th question. Let me see how many of you can give me answer for 28th and how many of you can give me answer in less than 1 minute. Start. Your time starts now. They gave a function x plus 3 into x minus k. The function f is defined above. If k is a positive integer, which of the following could represent the graph of f of x in the xy plane? A good, decent question. Start. Please do type your answer in the chat box. Very good. Harsha gave me an answer. Guru Raj gave me an answer. Harni also gave me an answer. Okay, good. Even others, just type your answer fast. Please be fast. They gave a function, a quadratic function, and they're saying which of the following graph should represent that quadratic function. Very good, excellent. I received so many responses. Few says A, few says B, few says C. Students who had given answer initially, they say answer is B. Okay, now let us see. The first point that I would like to tell you is A and B are meaningless. Why A and B are meaningless? X into X is X square. Coefficient of X square is positive. The parabola should be open upwards, not downwards. So A and B are meaningless options. Please be careful. Apply the basic concepts. If you are not so into, if you don't have such a great IQ, watch this video again and again. I'll upload in my channel immediately after the class. Watch it again and again. Try to get hold on this, write all the important points, but every point that I explained in the class for the 30 minutes is most important. If you know that, definitely you'll be able to solve any question. Now, I got stuck between C and D. So why can't C be answer? Why can't D be answer? We'll just go ahead. Now, when I see this between C and D, what is the difference between C and D? So this is touching at some between 0 and -2. So this is one intercept. This is one intercept. This is y intercept. So this is also one intercept. This is also one intercept. This is y intercept. Okay. The function f is, if k is a positive integer, which of the following could represent the graph of f in the xy plane? Now, what are the x intercepts? -3 and k. One x intercept should be definitely -3. So this is, if I see the first one x intercept should be definitely -3. A and B are gone. Outrightly they are gone. Other intercept should be -3, but this intercept is between 0 and -2, which is not the case. It should be -3. So this is -3. So definitely D for Delhi. D for Delhi should be my 100% perfect answer, because there is only one option with -3 intercept. Still, some of you could not answer. Some of you gave wrong answer. Some of you gave right answer. Some of you gave right answer and took 2 to 3 minutes. Please do. I'm extremely sorry. Please do identify what exactly went wrong in particular question. Either you're taking too much time to, you know the concept, taking too much time, it is not good. You don't know the concept, not at all good. You know the concept and you're making silly mistake, not at all good. Even God will not help us, because we should not be careless in the exam. Even one question, there is a lot of difference in scoring between each and every question. So we should be very careful. See how many questions have come. Already 4 questions have come, and this is an actual SAT paper, means you get similar questions. If you are able to solve these questions, you can happily go and solve actual SAT questions which comes as part of the exam. Yes, I have one more question. Question number 36. Please do solve question number 36. It's a good question. Let me see how many of you can solve. Tell me. 36th question. In the XY plane, a line that has the equation y equal to c, definitely y equal to c is a line. Some line for some constant c intersects a parabola at exactly one point. Intersects the parabola exactly at one point. If the parabola has the equation, if you can solve this question, you are extremely good in thinking. If you can give me correct answer for this, excellent. I got one correct answer, or let me solve. Yeah, very good. So one, as of now, how many students gave me answer for this? Gururaj, Abhinav, Lahari, Aditya, Harini, Mayuka, Pawan, Junaid. So I see two students have given me correct answer. As of now, two students have given me correct answer out of these 8, 9. Very good, because most of you are trying and give me answer. I'm very happy. But two students are correct. Remaining made mistakes. So look into the question again and see where did you make mistake. Where did you make mistake? Just look into this. Okay, Abhinav. Last year. Perfect. Everyone should try to think and solve this question. If you can solve this question, you are very good in thinking, or you have understood whatever I explained very well. Very good, Harsha. Okay, as of now, three students have given me correct answer. One is Abhinav Reddy, other is Junaid, other is Lahari. So I received correct answers from these students. Even other students can think once. Try to see what should be the answer and how to solve this. Siddharth. Yes, good. I got correct answer from Siddharth too. Okay, see here. Everyone in the class, even Vanilla gave me correct answer. Perfect. Okay. So now, see how simple is this? You need to think as this way. Now, how many questions have come? I think this is the 5th or 6th question we are solving. So this is an inverted parabola. There is a line. If the line need to touch at one point means 2 points, 2 points, no points. 1 point means exactly on the vertex. You should understand that here. See how smartly they'll ask questions. Touches exactly 1 point means at the vertex. So what is the y value? Y value. So first find the x value, minus b by 2a minus 5 by 2 into minus 1. So which is 5 by 2 x value, but they're asking y value. So plug in here, you get minus 25 by 4 plus 25 by 2. When I simplify, I get 25 by 4. So 25 by 4. So the y value of the vertex is 25 by 4. So what is the value of C? 25 by 4. See how simple is this? Is it difficult? No. But SAT makes they make in such a way that the questions looks too difficult, but very simple here. Again, after the class, watch this video 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. Try to become perfect in quadratic functions. You get 5 to 6 questions. Now, let me take other paper. So in this paper, I have almost 5 to 6 questions. In every paper, you have good number of questions. Okay. So if I take another paper, yeah, I took another paper. I'm going to section 3. These are all actual SAT papers. So you get similar questions. That is what I meant to say. Nothing else. This is indirectly a parabola question. So whenever they ask solutions means you need to see if there are 3 lines where all 3 lines are meeting, not just 2 lines. All 3 lines are meeting at how many points? 1 point here. Only at 1 point all 3 lines are meeting. That is called as a solution. So one solution. Yeah. Now please do solve 13th question. 9th is also a function. Wherever there's a solution, you just need to see the point where all the given lines in the parabola meets 1 point. 13th question. You should solve. You should type your answer in the chat box. So they gave a function. Which of the following function? Okay. Okay. I think you people are getting stuck between 2 options. Okay, I understand. But let me see. How do you cope up with this? Four students. I received answer from 6 students. I'm very happy. Very good. 6 students, 7, 8. Perfect. Don't leave a question. So you got another question, an opportunity for you to prove what we have learned so far in the class. And I'll send some assignments to you after the class. Please do solve them. If you can solve them, you are perfect in quadratic functions. Don't do any books. Solve these original papers, questions that we are discussing in class, solve the assignments I'm going to do. If you can solve those, I can assure you, you can solve any question that comes as part of the particular topic in your SAT exam, 100%. But you need to be sincere. You need to spend quality time, solve them, get answers from me, correct them and review them. Then you'll be able to solve the questions. Yeah. Okay. So people have typed some answers. Let me check what is the correct answer and how to solve this question. See here, focus should be here. They're asking which of the following should be the function that defines f. And when I see this, all these are vertex form. So what is the vertex form? I told you the vertex form is y is equal to, y can also be written as f of x, a into, you can see here, y can also be written as f of x, a into x minus h whole square plus k. If anyone cannot understand what my writing is as much clear as possible, still you cannot, it's not clear, it's not visible, let me know, I'll try to modify. So the vertex is 3 comma 1. So it should be of the form a into x minus 3 whole square plus 1. So answer should be either a or c. It can definitely can't be b and d. If anyone is giving answer as b and d, definitely if you are there before me, I would have bet here. Correct, right? Yeah. So you just need to plug in the value of h and k. Now I need to find a. So how do I find a? So there are multiple ways to find a. A should be positive, but both the options they gave as positive. But clearly, this point also lies on this. This point also lies on this. So now let me put 2 comma 5. 5 is equal to a into 2 minus 3 whole square plus 1. 5 is equal to a into 1 plus 1. A is 4. So A for Agra, A for America should be your answer. So A for America should be your answer. See how simple is this? Now, students who got different answer, please do identify where exactly things went wrong. Now, let me solve one more last question for the day. Then in next question, I'll solve more questions related to this in the class. This is a quadratic function, no, linear function. Now in section 3, I have 2 questions. In section 4, definitely there will be many questions, but I'll solve one question, whichever I can see the first. Just scrolling down. This also quadratic functions question. I don't know how many of you can solve it right now. Okay. Try to solve this question. One second. Yeah, try to solve question number. For now, solve question number 27. 27 is quadratic function. See how many questions they give. 27, 20, 26, 27, 28, 24. 4 questions at one go, but all are related to quadratic functions. Definitely we'll solve 20 remaining questions in next class. Right now, please do solve question number 27 and tell me answer. What can be answer for this question? In the xy plane, the graph of the polynomial function f crosses the x-axis exactly at 2 points. So at how many points it crosses? Exactly at 2 points. A comma 0 and B comma 0 means they're x intercepts. Where A and B both are positive. Which of the following could define f? Which of the following could define f? Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Harsha, perfect. Mayuka, perfect. Lahari, perfect. Gururaj, perfect. Abhinav, perfect. Mayuka, perfect. Pawan Kumar, correct. Last year, correct. Junaidi made small mistake. Harini made a small mistake. Bharani, correct. Swati made small mistake. So suppose if I think B and D are correct, what are the x intercepts I'm going to get? Minus A comma 0 minus B comma 0. I want the x intercepts at A comma 0 and B comma 0, minus A comma 0 minus B comma 0. A comma 0 and B comma 0, right? So A for Agra should be answered, right? If this is the equation, I get A comma 0 and B comma 0. So that is the reason A for Agra is your answer, not B for Bangalore. Simple question, right? Yeah, perfect here. So like this, we have many more questions. I'm going to give the questions that is made by me. You'll get it. If you can practice them, you can do them. You can do any question in exam. Next class, I'll do more questions. I'll try to make perfect in this topic. So there is no need for me to rush, simply rush and go to the next topic. So next class, we'll solve more questions on quadratic functions. If you have any doubts in the assignment that I'm going to give you, you can just send me the photo. We can also discuss them in the next class. Next class would be on Saturday Indian time, 6 p.m. 7 p.m. IST, 7 o'clock. Saturday, I'll see you. Friday, 7 p.m. we have your English class. So we'll send you the link. Please do join. If you have any problem with either English or math or anything related to SAT, you are unable to prepare, you have any concerns, you are most